My name is Noel Corton, and I did a couple of different things with the Brewery Project. I curated a couple of exhibitions. One I co-curated with Carol Lee Parker, something called Miniature Worlds, which was a group exhibition, and then I did a second exhibition called Plex, which was entirely a painting exhibition there. But from I think it was 1998 to 2002, I participated, I guess in 1998, in an exhibition that John did. It was called Renovations, and he talked a bunch of us into helping him renovate the space, essentially by curating or creating an artwork that had permanent impact on the space, as it would help it be a good exhibition space. And I worked with a closet that was at the top of the stairs on the sort of mezzanine area right in front of the door to the gallery, and there was a closet, or had formerly been a bathroom or something, and I installed a brass door there, and the door had a constellation pattern of peepholes in it and many other holes to represent stars, and they were in the constellation of Eridanus. The idea with that piece was to create a piece of my own, but then subsequently to have artists who were participating in other exhibitions at the Armory, and it was there for 4 years, so it was a good number of exhibitions, create a piece within that. So as an artist curator, I was interested in how much of an artwork I could make that would also facilitate other artists to use it, not to adopt any of the content that I had, but simply play off of it in any way they could or would. And so that was the reason for that. So that was called the Eridanus Avogo. And the word Avogo, one must understand, stands for avogo at it. And I thought it would be appropriate for this exhibition that revisits the Brewery Project's program to make another avogo. So this one is called the Armoire Avogo, and it is an armoire, and I'm showing in there along with 9 other artists. The Armoire Avogo is influenced by a couple of things, actually. It is a continuation of this Avogo project, and a space that artists can utilize to make independent works in. And then it has some disparate kinds of influences. One of the influences is the idea of an altarpiece. So this Avogo is an armoire. This armoire has doors that open on it. And one of my ideas with that is that would allow me to, like an altarpiece, have 3 paintings, each side by side, and the whole thing kind of open up and get that kind of triptych. Because of the idea of the altarpiece, I knew I wanted 3 painters or flat artists. And the 3 two-dimensional artists that I'm showing in the armoire, and they're on these panels, are Stephanie Pryor and Marian Estes and Eva Guarguiva. And they're all in interesting places, kind of abstract painters, but all of them use imagery within their abstract paintings. Another two-dimensional artist that I've included is Laura Parker. And I have to confess that I don't really think of Laura Parker as a two-dimensional artist, but she is. She's actually a photographer, I guess. But she stages her photographs in interesting ways, and they're all about shadows and light and perception and that sort of thing. And so I'm including 2 of those. So when you look at the armoire, the symmetry of the armoire, like an altarpiece, is very important. So you have these 3 paintings and then 2 photographs by Laura Parker. And on the inside, I've accepted the construction that's on the inside of the armoire that came from the hotel. And so that is a square cabinet with a number of smaller cabinets the larger space to hold the TV set that has Marian Estes painting kind of in back with a light. And then below that, there were 4 boxes, little areas that I guess were to house VCR player or DVD player and I don't know what else. And so 4 of us are using these little spaces, and that's Keith Lord is doing a piece there which will probably be viewed through a peephole or maybe 2 peepholes. I'm doing a piece in there that will be viewed through a peephole. Fran Siegel is doing a piece which I think will be more like a window. And Rebecca Niederlander is doing another piece which I think will be open, although I really don't know. And then Jessica Newman-Screntney is working in a drawer, which is down below this part of the armoire. So there's a drawer at the bottom that pulls out. Mike McMillan is the 10th artist, and his project actually is going to be on the floor underneath the armoire and extending out from it in several directions, I'm imagining. And it's a topo landscape. It's made with acrylic that's cut out, and it's like a relief map. And it's a map of Mount Washington. I guess my involvement in the brewery project grows out of my friendship with John O'Brien. We both went to graduate school at the University of Southern California. We've known each other for a long, long time. And I guess I was actually running the exhibition space for the School of Fine Arts in Santa Monica at the Santa Monica Place, the USC Atelier. And I believe John then was a grad student, and I came to know him there. And we have dialogued over the years, back and forth, and kept in touch, basically as artists back and forth, I guess, and artists who are artists/curators who are interested in organizing and that sort of thing. I think there's an interesting kind of connection with the Armory and the Brewery Project space, and John O'Brien and myself, and that does sort of loop back to Mark Niblock-Smith, who was the education director at the Armory when the Armory first moved into the building where they are now. And this idea of having an exhibition space, what it would be, how it would work with the education program and all of that, Mark was a visionary in that. John worked with Mark on his projects. Mark is famous for drawing other artists into his own art, helping him make things and putting together a group of people to produce some big, wonderful, exciting event that you could all get excited about. And the brewery projects, in and of itself, it was an interesting endeavor. It went on for years and years and years. And John is actually kind of sometimes a hands-on and sometimes a hands-off organizer, facilitator, composer, orchestrator. He would want to know what you wanted to do as a curator, and there was always the idea that as an artist you would participate in the show, and the idea by that, in my mind, was a kind of disclosure. You would show what you do, and then why you pick these other people, and this relationship would be evident in that sense. But it's in a way, because of all of the independence, the brewery projects were very much like an artist-run space, in a sense. And you never knew what was going to be there. It was very lively and vital that way. But I think, a lot of critics and writers in the art world weren't quite sure what to think about it. But I think it was an important, innovative kind of program. And for all of us who participated in it, it was a chance for us to kind of do things by hook and crook in an unencumbered way and, do whatever.